You know, I'm really happy that I'm not like a 9 to 13-year-old kid right now. I'd be losing my shit.
I would have to agree. This is honestly one of the greatest stunts Epic could have done.
This is just fan-fucking-tastic, man.
All right, let's be honest. This is the biggest fucking pull, like, stunt.
This is beautiful. Fortnite is over, everybody. We did it. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Fortnite is over.
Do we have that meme? Could someone just play that?
Dude, I can't. No, not the got him, but ladies and gentlemen, we got him thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, dude, I'm totally getting... oh, there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And there we go. So, I played it. You played yourself. Fortnite ends.
Right.
Killing Twitch in the process was probably the biggest thing. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I'm Irish. Can't hear well over my ride playing Take Me On. Okay, well, sorry. Sucks to be that laugh. That's certainly something to come in on. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Doger's like, the fuck is I mean, I could have gone full Joker, but I didn't want to. I wanted to just do me. Be me for once. So yeah, Fortnite is officially out of the picture right now. So it's not 100% sure as to whether it's gone or if it's coming back later. I kind of really hope it's gone. That's just my personal hope.
It's too much of their money.
Let me have this moment.
Well, I have to break and I have to shatter your dream.
Why do you have to shit? Why do you have to shit all over my moment?
I mean, pitch them a better game. There
This
you
is
go.
This is why everybody talks shit about you, Phil.
Well, I would like this because people treat me like shit.
Yeah.
We got a really good show for you guys today. Lots of stuff that we're going to be talking about. As always, we do have links to all of our stories that we're covering down in the description below. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so, really quick, ladies and gents, let's do the courtesy introductions. I am Richie Roberts. I am here joined by Walkman EXE.
Hi.
And Phil, the voice guy.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm the voice guy now.
You're the voice guy. He also does editing and writing on the side. Or directing.
Salty,
and
it's called
writing on the
LARPing. Get with the program.
LARP. Develop D&D IRL. We have.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, have you never been to a Ren fair? I mean, truthfully, neither have I, but still, it's basically a D&D.
You just
LARP.
slap on your elf ears, you bring your loot, and you just jam it, you know?
Lies.
Oh, yeah.
Salty Rick, you are not a mongoose. Mongoose do not know how to pay people over PayPal. I'm just saying.
But you can teach a mongoose.
You can't. I mean, a goose can't mon, but you can mon a goose. All right. So that having been said, I just went LARPing. Was fun. I was a cat man. Oh, of course you were, Dogger. It's not bad enough that you have sex with ceiling fans, but you have to be a furry to boot. God.
I mean,
A
if you
furry
want to have
to
those
boot.
maxi bonuses.
Oh God.
Khajiit did not commit this crime.
I saw that picture. There was like, so what was it? There was like a state trooper, a couple of state troopers just carrying
Like
a fucking
pulling away
mountain
a cougar.
Yeah, pulling like a mountain lion or a cougar away. They were just walking it around. It was like, Khajiit is innocent of this crime. I'm like, oh my God. It was the best.
So, legit, Twitch.
I'm a mongoose.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
In all seriousness, back to the actual. This stunt by Epic. What the fuck? Poor fucking Twitch.
Yeah.
Like, who expected?
As countdown on the map hit 0, the rocket underneath the counter took the sky and disappeared into a portal as numerous other portals opened up throughout the sky. The rocket came back, then split into multiple copies of itself, zooming out of the sky and through the portals. Eventually, all the rockets converged to create a new portal. Blah, 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 blah. Black hole, motherfucker. That's what happened.
Basically, they tried to do Armageddon. They didn't do Armageddon good enough because they didn't have Aerosmith, and then black hole.
Okay. The End drew over 6 million concurrent viewers across YouTube and Twitch as somebody on Twitter, I'm not going to try and pronounce that name. While only about 1.5 million of those viewers came from Twitch, it was still enough to briefly crash the service, and even Microsoft's Mixer platform was similarly affected. So, as we've said before, Fortnite is dead, so long live Fortnite Chapter 2. As we approach what would have been the Fortnite Season 11 release date, Epic's clearly painting this as a major relaunch of the impossibly popular Battle Royale, and we'll soon see exactly what the game has in store. Here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I could care less about Fortnite 2 or Chapter 2 or whatever, but I wonder how much attention freaking Minecraft and Apex Legends got yesterday when this went down.
Hopefully a good bit. I actually enjoy Minecraft.
Yeah, I honestly think
It's
that
soothing.
I honestly think that Apex Legends is better, but that's mostly because the age range for Apex Legends is a lot higher. Like it's a more mature kind of player base. And at the same time, part of me does want my Fortnite to come back because I don't want that toxic ass community in the other games that I enjoy playing. Like, keep.
God forbid they come to Destiny.
Yeah, I was gonna say keep the Fortnite people the fuck away from Destiny. Like, no, thank you. We don't want you. We don't need you. You take your toxicity and get the fuck out of here.
You stay away from my Dungeons and Dragons, goddammit.
Guardians don't have time for your bullshit, Fortnite gamers.
No, but for real though, don't come to Neverwinter. If you come on Neverwinter, I will destroy you.
I will destroy you!
Like, you will get your starting gold and all your stuff and start enjoying yourself, and then I'm gonna PvP you. I'm gonna PvP you into oblivion.
Oh, that's what it is. Don't come near Destiny, said Lone Courier. Yay! Have you guys seen the isekai of the pro wrestler who German suplexed the princess who summoned him? Yes! I have not seen the series, but I have seen that specific...
Yeah, I've seen that meme.
Well, it's not just that meme. I've seen that clip. But yes, that was fucking hilarious. It's just German suplex to princess. I'm like, why the fuck not? That just seems great. I will Dave them to death, said Real Spider Phantom. That's beautiful. All right. So, yeah, as far as like a marketing move, this is fucking epic. Epic. This is brilliant. This is 100% brilliant. Ugh. I don't really want to talk about it any more than that.
Yeah, well
I understood. I understood the reference, Salty. You didn't have to tag me. I knew it was a Gur reference. I too also watched Invader Zim and enjoyed it thoroughly.
So, speaking of more gaming stuff, are we going to... What's next?
Okay, did you guys not pay attention when I put all the links down? I put the links down. What do you mean, what's next? You should know what's next. You're the one talking about it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, fell God.
Yeah, don't ask what's next when it's your story.
I know. So what's interesting recently is that PlayStation recently just announced that they are cutting prices on their PlayStation Live service.
It's not just that. They announced the PS5. And come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
That was the funniest fucking thing. There are people that owe me goddamn money because they sat there and were like, oh, it's definitely not going to be named the PS5. Yo,
it's
Sony's.
I'm
like, it's gonna be the PS fucking 5. Sony's straight up. I'm like, I'll bet money on that shit. So I got people that are backing out of fucking a bet now.
Why the fuck would they not?
They're not fucking Xbox. That's gonna name shit. I'm sorry. There's the Xbox One, then there's the Xbox 2, then there's the Xbox 3. I don't give a shit what they say. It's not Xbox 360 and Xbox One. It's Xbox 1, 2, and 3. God damn it. Gotta make things so fucking complicated, Microsoft. Anyway.
They always do.
This
But
is
yeah,
why,
no, the
this is why you're the redheaded stepchild of the consoles. I'm not saying they don't have good games. I'm just saying they're fucking like it's that weird family, you know? You don't go near they're not mean or anything, but they're weird and you don't really want to go over there except every once in a while. Like just visiting, don't stay.
Oh yeah.
How dare you, unfortunate watcher?
What did they say?
No, the stepchild is the Switch.
Okay, first off,
What?
First
the
off,
Switch is...
the Switch is that cool person you want to invite to all the parties. How dare you?
But never comes because they don't have the time.
No, they show up at the party. The Switch, come on now. Like if you if you play a Switch, you know it's better than.
How dare you?
Yeah, the Wii U. It's definitely not the Switch. The Switch is the bomb.
Switch is the bomb
yeah.
diggity.
All right, continuing on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know with the PS5 being announced basically for holiday next year, a lot of specs have been coming out for it. And I think they have confirmed crossplay for it as well.
We're just jumping from that. Okay, we were talking about one story and we're just straight out jumping to the other now.
Well,
okay.
Well, no, we're talking about the PS5.
Well,
Since they confirmed.
no, yes and no. I had them as two separate stories since they were two separate links.
Oh, well, yeah.
Fucking transition, dude. Give me a chance. Because I have to show all this stuff on screen. I have to show this all on screen. So I was like, oh, are we talking about this? And it's like, oh, well, moving on. You know, technically it is part of the same story, but at the same time, give a brother a hands up.
Well, sorry. This part, however, is more interesting that Sony has actually ended the beta for crossplay functionality, and now devs can make full use of the feature. I'm not surprised. I think it's about time for a lot of these games that they had crossplay, like Destiny and Monster Hunter, and I could continue. It's interesting.
Borderlands 3.
Oh, yes.
I mean, there's still going to be console exclusive games, but for like games that are shared across different platforms, you could technically now play. No release date on when this will all be going live, but if you're paying attention to certain companies' announcements on their roadmaps and how things suddenly are getting major updates, with like again with Monster Hunter World, if you want to talk about that real quick.
Yeah. So couple months last month, Monster Hunter basically had a roadmap that basically was going into detail of what they were doing.
Holy shit.
Friday
the 13th crossplay.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh. That's going to be amazing.
If they do crossplay for Friday the 13th, I'm totally on board. This needs to happen. Let's do it.
Someone push them.
Someone
tag like yeah. So, what's interesting is that Monster Hunter had an update saying that in October, obviously, we got the new title update with a few updates. We're supposed to have some crossover stuff next month, blah, blah, blah. However, in December, it sounds like we were just supposed to have a new monster, maybe a few updates. However, after the release of the new title update, they have said that December is going to be a major update for the Monster Hunter game.
Unless the game was on. Oh, sure. Unless Iceborne launched with a huge amount of bugs. This is sounding like crossplay could be hitting holiday 2019, which sounds about right.
I would believe that sounds right, because originally I wasn't expecting crossplay to be part of this generation anytime soon, but if it is,
we already knew that crossplay was coming for the PS5. But the fact that it's happening a year before PS5 launches, oh my god. Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
It's definitely going to solve a lot of issues with a few of the games, because I know that a few people have been obviously we've wanted crossplay so we can play together and not, buy multiple copies of the same game.
Or have to buy multiple systems.
Jesus. Speaking of,
there is a reason why I'd have an Xbox and a PS4, even though I tend to play the PS4 more. There are console exclusive games that I want to play. The Halo franchise, Gears, which, by the way, Gears 5 is out. Haven't played it, haven't tested it, but I would like to at some point, so I'll be getting on to that as soon as I can. Yeah.
Let me know, I'll play with you.
I absolutely want to play Gears 5. Anyway, moving on from my distraction.
Yeah, no, with a lot of these games now, especially like Destiny is a huge one. A lot of the smaller games are going to have an easier time doing cross-platform because they were kind of. That's what I've started to notice, because someone brought up, like, I believe Paladins has full crossplay now. That is correct, but a lot of the older games that weren't allowed to do have to go back and do major updates to their servers for stuff like this.
So at the end of the day, it is going to be a thing that the development side of things has to do if they want to switch over, if they want to update all their systems for crossplay or not. Bungie had already said that they had everything set up and ready to go for crossplay, but Sony was the one thing holding everybody back. So we may get Destiny having crossplay, which is, oh my God, please let this happen.
It needs to happen.
Talk to the dev teams. That is the best I can, jump on Twitter, hit people up, let Friday the 13th know, hey, we would like crossplay since crossplay is now available. Are you guys looking into this? Yes, no. If not, why not?
Because it would expand a lot of the games, especially. Yeah. Oh my God, so many games would be actually saved because of instead of having isolation.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of died out a bit. It's kind of died out a little bit now, but Dead by Daylight would also be another one that could greatly benefit from crossplay.
Dead by Daylight is they just had a new update recently.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, they just added the Demogorgon.
Oh, from Stranger Things.
Yep.
Yes.
What?
I just realized there was a game that I'd been kind of keeping my eye on, and I just now realized crossplay actually does go live. They're going to have to adapt it to console, because they went PC only after their first release, because since people were complaining that they couldn't do crossplay, they were like, we're just going to put it on PC then, because a lot of you play it more on PC than you do on console. And if consoles aren't going to shake hands, then we're not going to work with them. Dungeon Defenders, which was a fucking amazing indie title. If crossplay actually becomes a thing, they'll actually be hitting consoles, which is going to drive me nuts because they're such a good game. Sorry, that was me gushing.
No, you're good. You're good. No, that's the whole that's the whole purpose of this live stream, is so we can talk about it and nerd out, and
because
you're doing exactly what is intended here.
Now that it's allowed, this is so much crossplay is definitely something that needed to happen.
Yeah, and if this is coming out in if a lot of dev studios are working on this, and we're looking at stuff coming out in holiday, in or around the holiday season. Holy shit, dude! This would be a bigger boost to Destiny than free to play. Imagine you get free to play and crossplay together. So it doesn't matter what system you get it on. You could get the free to play version, and you guys there's no excuse for you fuckers to not play Destiny 2 with us anymore. That's what I'm saying. It's dude, you got free to play, and then when crossplay hits, come on, man, no brainer. Come explore the haunted moon with us. Moon's haunted.
Moon haunted. We have to solve it.
Moon's haunted. We gotta solve it. Yeah, man. If a moon's haunted, yo, I'll solve it. Check out my hook while the DJ revolves it. Ice, ice, baby.
Damn it, he beat me to it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to compose it lyrically in my head, and I'm like, okay, I think I've gotten it, and just fired away.
It's just a hive, baby. Dun 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 dun. The vanilla hive, baby. Oh my god! Because they were definitely part of the vanilla campaign. All right. Is that all we wanted to talk about crossplay? Like, we could gush about this for hours, but we do have a lot of other stuff to talk about.
Let's move on from crossplay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get on to the next topic. The next topic is actually still in gaming. We are going to be comparing the specs, basically, for between Project Scarlet. That's such a stupid name. Just call it Xbox 4, assholes. Project Scarlet and the PS5. So essentially, if you're looking at it right here, which is like a lot of the specs are back to back here. So the processor, I don't know what the difference is between these processors. Maybe one of you guys will. But the PS5 is running on an 8-core AMD Ryzen Zen 2 CPU, whereas the new Xbox is going to be running on a 1.6 gigahertz AMD Ryzen Zen 2 CPU. So they're both using Ryzen Zen 2 CPUs, but I don't know what the difference is between one or the other. Now, as far as the graphics go, the graphics are being run on the PS5 on an AMD Radeon Navi GPU, whereas the Xbox is running on an AMD Arcturus GPU. Sorry. The RAM is unknown on the PS5 right now. However, the Xbox has released that it is running on 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 SD RAM, and the storage for both is an SSD drive for the PS5 and a 1 terabyte SSD for the Xbox. The optical drive will have a 4K Blu-ray for the PS5, and it also has an optical drive, but it doesn't say whether it's 4K Blu-ray or not for Xbox. They're saying that the max output resolution for PS5 is 8K, and the same for Xbox. Guys, don't hold your breath. Just keep your fingers crossed. 8K, it's gonna have bugs. Like, this is gonna have problems. Okay, they're saying the max frame rate for both is 120 FPS. VR support is a yes for PS5, unknown for Xbox, but I mean, come on, we've got Kinect for the 360. Clearly, we're gonna have some form of that going on for Xbox. Cloud gaming, PlayStation Now is unconfirmed. Microsoft xCloud is also unconfirmed. Backwards compatibility. Here's the real test of your software, ladies and gentlemen. Backwards compatibility. PS4 games, yes. Backwards compatible with the PS5. Xbox Scarlet, backwards compatible with Xbox 360, and Xbox One games. So all Xbox platforms, it is backwards compatible.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Both are coming out holiday 2020. The dimensions and the color are completely unknown. But those are our major comparisons there. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I want to know. Let me know in the live stream, or if you're watching later, let me know in the comments below. I want to know what your thoughts are on this. And is this all gibberish to you, or does this actually make sense? Is it kind of like, it's basically the same, or is, hearing one over the other making you go,
the one thing I want to bring up, and it's
who's got a nerd boner right now? Raise your hand.
I mean, not a boner, but yeah.
Yeah, but okay. What's interesting is that is Xbox actually skipping the 4K Blu-ray player, because that was in the X. That's a little weird that they haven't yes, it will be an optimal drive, but it was a 4K
optical drive, yeah.
Optical. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if that means that they're skipping it, but I mean, just looking at the two of them together, as far as like their specs go, they're pretty much, at least from the basic information that we've gotten from both projects, they're very similar. as far as like what they can do.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
Well, I mean, I don't know much
I
about
mean-
the graphics cards, but as far as the processors go, I know that the PlayStation's probably. I can't say whether it's stronger or not, but it's definitely going to have a more reliable one because an 8-core just means that there's 8 processors that are unified towards a single goal, whereas the 1.6 gigahertz is just a singular processor running at 1.6 gigahertz.
Also, having an SSD is going to help immeasurably. Like the amount of loading. Guys, can you imagine playing Destiny on like one of these and having an SSD? The loading times are going to be non-existent. No more of that slow ass loading UI in the fucking menu.
Oh my god! Like that's been one complaint with games that. Okay, I play Monster Hunter. I'm using it as an example on PC. There is no load time for waiting for missions. Yet when I hop over to my PlayStation and I have a PS4 Pro, it feels like it takes fucking forever. And even like other games like Destiny and stuff, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, the load time is insane. An
That's why you
SSD
want
would change a lot of that. But then again, you
And
can't.
the RAM.
There is Destiny on PC, and if I had the equipment to handle that, I would bring that with me and get that all fixed. But yeah, man, an SSD helps a lot with that, and so does having more RAM. That's very handy too.
Yeah, just having it on an SSD is going to be fantastic. I mean, I think both systems are practically going to. Maybe the Xbox, like, if PlayStation has learned anything, they're going to be trying to compete with Xbox, pretty much making sure their system can run as quiet as fuck. So it's interesting.
No load times, delicious. The only thing that will limit your experience on PC is your internet quality. Mr. Richie, Xbox 4 is going to be the king of the Xbox.
But is it going to be the pirate king of the Xboxes?
Yeah, that's the real question. Is it going to be the pirate king? So moving on. Because I think I at this point in time, everybody in the comments seems a little bit bored of this. I'm so jealous over PS5. But everybody's like, a lot of the comments are like, wop, 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 we don't care. So,
let's get this nerd shit out of here.
So let's move on to anime. So something kind of very close to us, Isekai Quartet Season 2, not only is it confirmed, but Rise of the Shield Hero will be joining it.
Yeah,
So-
no point now, Fumi.
So actually, that brings up the question: if Rise of the Shield Hero is one of the newcomers, who else could they add?
Preferably someone else who is also good.
So
I want Rimuru. I want Rimuru. I want Rimuru. I want Rimuru. Keep Kirito. Keep Kirito the fuck out of here.
I mean, he's not an isekai protagonist.
Yeah,
well,
he's not.
kind of.
He's not an isekai. He's technically not an isekai. He just got trapped in a game. However, we don't know if they actually got trapped in a game or not in Log Horizon. So you could technically call Log Horizon an isekai. Let's do it. Let's go. Put Log Horizon characters in isekai.
oh my
Quartet.
god!
Let's do it. Let's do it. Like that would hype up season 3 so hard. Let's do it.
I'd be good for it. Yeah, let's
I'd be
fucking,
down.
Let's have.
That's how
let's
you-
have Nyanta and Isekai Quartet.
That's how you test the waters to see if people really want a season 3 of Log Horizon. You put Akatsuki, Shiro, and Nyanta in fucking Isekai Quartet.
Wow, we're skipping. We're only adding the 3 of them, right?
So far, yeah. I mean, if you want to add Naotsugu, but why would you want to?
I mean, clearly there's a better candidate in Rundle House Co.
I'm just saying, Rudy. All right, so how about
Yeah.
Blood Lad? I don't know if Blood Lad would technically be considered an isekai, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Slime is considered an isekai.
Slime is considered an isekai. I absolutely would be like,
God,
I
don't
think-
watch
I
enough
think-
Isekai to...
I think Rimuru and Ranga and oh my god, Gobta absolutely has to be there. And then
Oh, dude, we gotta
Shion-
get our
Shion.
hot ogres.
It would have to be okay.
Yeah, you gotta get
What's
Shion
the-
in there.
What would suck is okay. How many people did Overlord bring? Because he brought a bunch of people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he brought like 8.
Okay, so
Oh no
slime could
no
be
no no!
paint.
I don't think we're counting the second fucking class.
Oh yeah, we're not.
Yeah, because there's like 2 or 3 classrooms, and I'm just like, oh my god, Rimuru could bring half the effing village if he wanted. Rimuru and the Oni siblings and Isekai Quartet. I'm all for it. All for it. All the main
again,
Onis. Hey, and you know it's not right. We have to add Gabiru. You have to add Gabiru to this. I want it to happen. Let's get Gabiru and Isekai Quartet.
Oh,
Damn
look,
it.
it's Lady Jen.
You could leave
If-
out.
if
No,
we-
no, we have to have Gabiru Salty Ring. We have to. There has
if
to
we
be
add
comic
him, it would
relief.
be very interesting to see how he interacts with the other people.
It really
Yeah,
is.
Gabiru would be perfect to getting his ass kicked by everyone else. I'm sorry.
I would-
that is,
I honestly-
that is my dream.
I honestly think it would be great if Rimuru was one of the teachers, but come on, man.
That would, because
Or
he was a
better
teacher.
yet, he gets pulled in and then gets forced to be a teacher. He's like, I just want to have a school life, and they're like, no, you're a teacher.
You're a teacher.
That would be hilarious.
I mean, he's already been a teacher for the kids in the actual show, so.
Yeah.
Oh, season 2 better start off with the fight with Hinata, because I want to see that. Just saying. Just saying. I want to see the fight between Rimuru and Hinata. Like, that I have to see. It's a very important moment. All right. So what else are we supposed to be talking about? Oh yeah, we skipped over to anime. I guess now we're going back to games, right?
Yeah.
Let us know if you're excited about season 2 of Isekai Quartet and the fact that they're adding Shield Hero, and
I guess
who
it's technically not a quartet anymore either.
who you would like to see, in the next, if you had a wish list of stuff, who is it you would like to see? All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh god,
it's time. It's time to get to the uncomfortable stuff. Let's talk about the protests are coming to BlizzCon in the wake of Blizzard's Hong Kong fiasco. Let's talk about all the stuff that's been going on with Blizzard lately. And also, Fella's going to let you know about some info in the gaming world about how much China actually owns.
Yeah, it's not even funny.
It's not even funny. Like, China actually owns a lot of the gaming industry, apparently.
Oh boy, where do we start?
Well, the beginning's a good
the
place to
beginning?
go. The beginning is a good place, yeah.
So, I believe it was last weekend, actually, for the grand finals of Hearthstone. One of the winner was interviewed by 2 casters, and right in the middle of the interview, right at the end, he said, "Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our time." Immediately, the casters are freaking out. They put their heads down, and the stream is immediately cut right after that. Within maybe a couple hours, there is a notice from Blizzard that the casters have been fired. The winner will not be given his prize money, as well as he is suspended from Hearthstone for over a year.
Now what's the update to this? Because
so the updates have been coming in. Obviously, a lot of people have been voicing. Right after this incident, there was a similar incident. However, it was for the college professional player of Hearthstone that a team actually did hold up a sign saying "Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our time." They did that on purpose. They were expecting to be banned and whatnot. Blizzard did not give them the same penalty whatsoever. The team still did forfeit their championship. They forfeited out of the tournament. Recently, actually like 2 days ago, Blizzard has released a PR message saying, "We're sorry, but we're not sorry," essentially. They have lessened the degrees that basically they gave the Hearts. I forget his name, and I feel so bad.
it's all right.
Basically, instead of a year, it's 6 months now. The casters are suspended for 6 months.
Like they had anything to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. As well as he will be receiving his prize money. A lot of employees at Blizzard have even protested and have covered one of their statues of the saying of "every voice matters." Apparently, not really if you're owned by China at this moment.
And guys, while you're jumping on the Blizzard hate bandwagon, it might behoove you to know that there are several other companies that are partially owned by the same Chinese corporation you may not be aware of.
So just to be clear, the Chinese company that owns a partial part of Blizzard,
Tencent.
which is only Tencent, is only 5%. However, if you are a League of Legends fan like I am, you know that they control 100% of the actual market of Blizzard, all the stocks.
No, of Riot.
Yes. They also control 40% of Epic Games, 5% of Ubisoft, Paradox Interactive, 5%, and Supercell, 84.3%.
So, yeah, this same Chinese company owns all of Riot, dude. So, while you're bitching about Blizzard, and if you're running around on League of Legends, you're supporting the same group.
The situation is really bad.
So, we're wondering what's going to be happening at Worlds for League of Legends right now, because that's happening right now.
Right now, it is the World Tournament. Now, it's a situation of I don't think anyone of the player. Now, it could be a player will speak out, if anything, at the final, not during the group stages. However, I would not be surprised if in the audience, but they're going to cut it most likely, or we might catch a glimpse of it if people in the actual audience are going to be holding up that sign.
Jeez, man, I would not be surprised.
U.S. senators have actually started to voice their opinions on this matter. That's how crazy this situation has gotten.
Well, that just goes to show you how important the gaming community is now.
Yeah. This is honestly probably the biggest thing that we can be voicing. Now, the interesting thing is how Blizzard also is going to respond to BlizzCon this year.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be bad. Woo.
And you thought them announcing Diablo mobile was bad last year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's nothing.
Honestly, I would not. I haven't touched anything Overwatch or Diablo since this incident. I've been kind of iffy to touch anything Riot at the moment as well. I love League of Legends. The situation's just a little. I will have to see where Riot where the actual Riot stands, because it is a situation that Tencent owns them more so because they own the 100% of the Chinese market. How games are distributed in China is not the normal way of Blizzard basically makes the game and then distributes it itself. In China, you basically have to find someone who's willing to distribute, but they take all the credits, essentially. You get the money from it, yes, and you maintain the servers, but you're not really in charge of your own actual game. And if there are tweaks that you need to do because of skulls or anything, because that's banned in China, you have to change it.
There you go.
I mean, we it's one reason why I'll use this as an example. Earlier in League, there were characters with skull symbols and everything with skulls. Now you will look at those champions, they no longer have skeleton features or anything. They'll look more human and be undead, but they will not have a normal skull whatsoever.
Man. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It is more than just Blizzard.
I would just say at the moment, if you've already bought Overwatch or Diablo, don't buy the loot box. If you're playing Hearthstone, I would just say just stop playing Hearthstone completely.
There you go.
Do you have anything to add, Richie?
Nope. That was basically everything I was going to say that you should cover. Walker, any thoughts?
on the Blizzard stuff.
Well, just China owning the gaming community in general, technically at this point.
It needs to be fixed.
Yeah, it
I
really
definitely think that
does.
there need to be like reforms to how we do business with them. But as far as
I mean, gaming companies
like
need
their
to
control.
realize. Gaming companies really need to realize that while it's great that there's a new gaming market in China, and that's all well and good. There's more, like, China's not the only country in the world, and we need to stop bowing to one country versus the entire world, you know?
Yeah, you know what we need to do next? Mongolia.
Where's Genghis Khan when you need him?
I'm just saying. I mean, you're talking about untapped markets. That is an untapped market.
I mean, at this point, South Korea is like the bigger market for gaming. So
It really is. A lot of pro players are from South Korea.
Let's be honest. Like, it would make a hell of a lot more sense if they were catering to South Korea rather than China. It would make a hell of a lot more sense because, like, there is, like, esports over there is bigger than actual sports here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, esports pulls in more views than the Super Bowl. Now, that's fun to say now, but it's kind of also funny at the same time to think, man, I wonder how jealous the Super Bowl is of, like, the numbers of, like, the Overwatch World Championship and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know? Because they pull in massive views online. Massive. Because now you're not talking about like one specific country. You're talking about the entire world is watching all at once. So those are much bigger numbers. Okay. But that has been our e-gaming moment with Fel, and we're going to move on to a bit more recent news that's actually happier, I guess, depending on how you want to view it. Hollywood Reporter has confirmed Zoe Kravitz is going to be starring as Catwoman in Matt Reeves' new Batman. Not confirmed if that's Selena Kyle Catwoman or a different Catwoman. We'll find out. But essentially, yeah, Zoe Kravitz. If you don't know who she is, well, she's Lenny Kravitz's daughter. If you don't know who that is, I don't have time to explain what I don't have time to understand. So, she was in the most recent Fantastic Beasts movie as the woman that the main character liked. I can't even remember his name right now.
Newt Scamander.
Newt Scamander. Yeah, the woman that Newt Scamander was in love with that ended up going...
Well, other way around. She was in love with him.
She was in love with him, and she ended up with his brother. But yes, essentially she played that character in that movie. That's Zoe Kravitz, if you need a reference.
Also, if you sing Deadpool 2, she's Domino.
No, that's Zazie Beetz.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a completely different person.
Different people.
Oh.
Also, hi Yoshimi.
I'm trying to not say that Fel's racist and all black women look the same to him.
Oh,
but
no,
it's
no.
very tempting. It's very tempting.
No. Oh, no, it's because she no, my bad. It's because of an earlier article. She was the actress of Domino was in the race for Catwoman as well.
Okay. Zazie Beetz was also in consideration. Gotcha. But yeah, which would be kind of funny because Zazie Beetz was in the Joker movie. She was Arthur's girlfriend, if I remember correctly. Well, I mean,
yes.
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. Don't spoil it for me. Even though I'm going to spoil 2 anime for you guys at the end. All right. So.
Can't really spoil what I've read.
Thoughts based. You guys have any thoughts on this? I'm like, It's kind of like, okay, cool. I'm going to wait to judge it based on what it actually becomes when I see it, you know?
I don't watch DC movies, so I have no stake in this.
Okay, you don't watch
after the I enjoy the cheesy Batman movies. Like, not gonna lie, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, fucking top 10. So I fucking love it. It's the best.
No, sir.
ridiculous.
I just recently rewatched the 1989 Batman and the Batman Returns. Fucking love those. The Michael Keaton shit, yes. I'm gonna assume you meant DCEU and not Arrowverse.
Yeah, because the Arrowverse is good. I enjoy that.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. Also, guys, if the DCEU is bumming you out, may I suggest the DCAU? DC Animated Universe, because that's kicking a lot of ass.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I just recently rewatched the Death and Rebirth of Superman series that they did, where they introduced Connor Kent. Technically, John Kent and Connor Kent do exist in the same universe at some point. So, I'm looking forward to Connor meeting his quote-unquote little brother.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, Connor is half Soups, half Lex. Well, John is half Lois, half Soups. So there you go. That's going to be... And that looks like it could be a thing that could be happening in Crisis as well, because at that point, Superman and Lois of the Supergirl universe are going to be back on planet, which means that Lois will have given birth to John Kent at that point. If you're following by the New 52. And if we are still following the New 52, that means there is a Batman out there somewhere, and he's running around with Damian. So, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've talked about Gotham twice in the Arrowverse, but they haven't actually talked about Batman.
They mentioned Bruce Wayne once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I think that would be cool, even though I don't like it. Even as an AU, I'm not a big fan of it. But if they would include the Gotham Batman, the Gotham TV series,
yeah,
I'd be okay with that. At least year one Bruce Wayne, that'd be kind of cool.
Or just Alfred on his own. Alfred was great. Alfred did nothing wrong.
Alfred did nothing wrong. That is always the statement. If I do say
like, that is all I have to say about
Alfred did nothing wrong.
He tried to care for a boy, and a bunch of shit just happened.
All right, so, guys, the next thing up, since we're already talking about it, the next thing up is straight up all Arrowverse news. So it's coming at you live, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming full force into this. So, first things first, it is confirmed that Tom Ellis will be appearing as Lucifer Morningstar in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, I have not watched Lucifer. It is in my queue. It is something I am looking at doing eventually.
So good.
Oh, it's officially out. The Sonic Hedgehog images leak online, featuring more accurate redesign. So we will be talking about that in a bit. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so we will be talking about that. We were kind of sort of talking about it before. Also, Deadpool writers confirm Marvel Studios will allow the R rating. That's really good news.
Okay.
I didn't think they would fuck with that, but yeah, that's good news to have confirmed. So yeah, Lucifer is jumping on. Honestly, this kind of sort of does make sense, considering, how many times Constantine has made a deal with the devil. Guys, if you have not checked it out, I highly recommend you guys check out Keanu Reeves' take on Constantine as well. It's really freaking good. Okay.
Additionally, with Tom Ellis, is like, we've already seen in the actual show Lucifer that multiverse theory is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
With what we saw in and around seasons 2 and 3, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that
and
this
Lucifer actually is a property that is based on DC stuff. All right.
Yeah, and it'd be fun to see it work out. I'm interested to see how they're going to introduce him, because the scene that he is supposed to be in was scripted with Matt Ryan and Catherine. Dang it, I can't pronounce the last name. Catherine McNamara, as well as David Ramsey.
Okay.
So that's gonna be interesting.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on from Lucifer, let's go to some more old school news. Burt Ward was seen on set rocking a sweater with the colors of Robin. Now, if you're unfamiliar with who Burt Ward is the original Robin from the 1960s Batman TV series. Back in the Adam West days. That is who Burt Ward is, and they got him in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Even if it's just a small bit cameo, that's pretty awesome. How they're getting as much stuff as they possibly can. And if that's not crazy enough, well, let me scroll down here. Ladies and gentlemen, here's an Easter egg for you, because they have confirmed that the Huntress is going to be joining in on Crisis on Infinite Earths. And if you're unfamiliar with who the Huntress is, she is the daughter of Batman and Catwoman, Selina Kyle and Bruce Wayne. And this is the tie-in. She is the daughter of Michael Keaton's Batman and Michelle Pfeiffer's Selina Kyle, apparently. Because this is a set photo of apparently from the Huntress's area. So that is really, really cool. Now, guys, it's all speculation at this point, but if you, it is the most likely of the theories out there. So I honestly see this as just an epic win right here. Even if you can't get Michael Keaton in, just acknowledging his Batman as part of the universe is good. And by the way, guys, if you haven't seen it, it's really, really short, but there is already a teaser out of Flash meeting and talking with Old Man Bruce, aka the voice of all our childhoods, Kevin Conroy. So that is going on right now. Also confirmed, Black Lightning will be joining Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah.
Which is just, I love how, like, Crisis is pulling them all together. I'm loving this. Really, like, I'm not current at all. I'm, like, 2 seasons behind on everything. But, and no, I'm not going to get current just to watch it. I'm just going to watch it. Spoilers and all. I'm just like, fuck it. What about Adult Static Shock? Well, I would
be down with that.
We haven't fully gotten into Batman Beyond territory at the moment, so I don't think we're getting Adult Static
technically,
Shock.
if they're pulling Kevin Conroy for Old Bruce ran into Static back in the day, if you remember from Batman Beyond. That shit was good.
Yeah, but the problem is that he's not... we don't know where the timeline it is yet, as far as, like, him doing that. Okay. Whew.
That was a lot.
That was a lot right there. We still got one more to go. One more core to go. All right, so. Whew. Paste and go. The last one is DC Universe's Titans characters are reportedly appearing in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Guys, this is coming from comicbook.com, so this is a credible source. So if you thought this was the be-all end-all that we were getting Tom Welling, Lucifer, Batman 89, Burt Ward, nope. We're getting DC Universe's Titans as well. So if you're a fan of that series, they're apparently showing up. I don't know how long, but they are there apparently. If we're jumping in on rumor, I said we wouldn't really talk about it, but I will acknowledge that Eva made a post. Apparently, there is a tease. I don't think it's gonna be a thing that really happens, but Arrow co-creator Mark Guggenheim hinted at a possible Nick Cage appearance as the Man of Steel in Crisis on Infinite Earths. That would be great. I would love to see Nick Cage as Superman, but as far as I'm concerned, that's either him just teasing or messing with the fan base, or just plain out an unsubstantiated rumor. I would love it to be true. Absolutely,
I would just
love
enjoy
it.
Nick Cage as Nick Cage.
I would love Nick Cage and Superman, just as Superman in general. But yes, I am wholeheartedly in agreement with that.
Additionally, my personal thought on this is, if Titans is coming over, I really, really, really hope they bring over Swamp Thing, because Swamp Thing and Constantine are buddies, and that would just be hilarious to see that banter.
Look who is disturbing the green. All right, so I'm going to take a look at this really quickly. Let's scroll down. Yeah, the images have leaked. online. People were talking about them, and we have 2 new images, and it is a very much a far more accurate looking Sonic, if this is to be true.
Mm-hmm.
So
If this is
true,
fast.
not 100% confirmed if this is the thing, but I mean, a lot of studios are letting leaks happen to just hype up a project. This could be that. This could be a good PR leak in air quotes, as it were. That'd be really, really cool. All right. Last, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to drop spoilers for 2 franchises right now. I'm going to drop spoilers at the end of this episode. This is the reason why we're leaving it at the end of the episode, in case you don't want to be spoiled. Those 2 series are Haikyu and Food Wars. If you care about spoilers for these 2 shows or these 2 series, get the fuck out now.
Or forever hold your peace.
Or forever hold your peace. But yes, I will be spoiling the most recent chapter ending of Haikyu to talk about it, because it's an interesting thing to chat about. And we will be talking about the final 3 chapters of Food Wars. So the final 3 the desserts, essentially, like point 1, point 2, point 3, those things. But that is what we're going to be talking about as far as Food Wars. So you've been given your mandate. You will never hold your fork. Well, you don't have to hold your fork, sir. But that is that. We're moving on. Boy, is this about to be a thing. Okay, so Haikyu. Holy freaking crap. Okay, so what's been going on in Haikyu is they made it to the tournament, the full high school tournament, whatever, right? So they were at the nationals, the national tournament. That's what it is. And they were doing really well. And then eventually they lost their match in the previous chapter. And then this chapter was basically, wrapping up the aftermath of that, saying goodbye to the 3rd years. And we were like, okay, so now we're going to look at what's going on with the 2nd years. So it looks like we're getting teased at that. And then the final freaking page several years later, and this is Hinata as an adult in Rio. What the fuck? He's in Brazil. First off, secondly, Haikyu will be on break next week. Just if you guys are not familiar with Haikyu, it's an amazing volleyball series that heavily relies on its characters. It's very character focused as far as that. And then I mean, it's just a beautiful series, and you would not believe that this amazing, warm-hearted, lovable sports series was put together by a guy who writes horror. You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. Horror. And he makes this, and then he turns this final chapter, and it's like, you know what? If it's true, if he's not just baiting us, if this turns out to be true, and the next arc is, Hinata as an adult, this is pretty ballsy, because we've gone through so much content, so much content, with them in high school as just first years, right? We've gone through so much of this, and now to have any hope of like seeing some of the strong, because there's a lot of really strong rival teams that were going to be showing up, and I wanted to see Hinata go up against them. Like, there was so much more I was really looking forward to that had been built up, and then to just have a time skip of a few years later, and it's like, damn it. So good. Is this a good thing? Because it is stepping outside of the norm of what is typical of sports shonen in manga and anime. So is this a good move? Is this a bad move? Let me know what you guys think. I want to hear your comments. I know that neither of you are like really big into Haikyu, but yeah. Well, you say standard time jump, but this is not standard. The standard time jump would have been, for a sports series, would have been jumping them into the beginning of their second year, as they started grabbing new people for the team and everything. Like, I was really looking forward to that, and then we skipped all the rest of his high school. So that's several years. What do you mean you cannot hear everyone else? That's because they're not talking at the moment. I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah.
We chose not to speak because
So I want to know.
mean, it's just time skip.
I'm asking you guys. I'm asking you guys because this is. Oh no! It's not skipping summer. It's skipping probably 3 or 4 years.
It's skipping a lot of summers.
Yeah. No more Japan. He's in Rio now. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Brazil, sir.
Yeah, unfortunately, Japan doesn't have a Jesus that big. I mean, or fortunately, it depends on your perspective. I don't make statues.
Jesus needs a hug.
Look, I'm not a marble carver. I can't describe to you how much time it takes to make a statue.
But no. Well, I mean, you could 3D print it and just hit the enlarge button.
But it's out of plastic, not marble. If you want a marble, you got to grind that shit up, and then you got to put it in the 3D printer, and that takes time.
I don't want to do that. Okay, so Brazilian volleyball team. Who knows? Who knows, Lone Courier?
He has a thing on his back that says "Bon Appetit," so I'm assuming he's delivering food.
He is probably delivering food, and
especially considering he says "Obrigado" and hands it to someone, which just means you're welcome, I think.
Mm-hmm. And to be 100% clear, Hinata has been known to be riding his bike, and that's the reason why he has such huge stamina, is because he's always riding a bike up the mountain and stuff, and he runs like he is generally just a ball of freaking stamina.
Nope, obrigado means thanks. My bad.
Obrigado means thanks. Okay. All right. So I wanted to know your thoughts because this did come out of the blue. I mean, on top of that, we've got One Piece and My Hero Academia building up towards a major offensive. So, holy shit, there's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Manga that I think a lot of places is going well.
Mm-hmm.
I do like this. I'm interested in if he actually is going to continue this, or did he just end? Or if this is
this is not the ending. This is not the ending.
Yeah,
he said it would be on break next week as he's doing research. This is not the end at all by any means.
Okay.
So, or at least I hope not. I hope this isn't like this is how he decides to like throw us.
Final arc.
And now begins the final arc, and it's like, God damn it, don't tell us it's the final arc, because that just makes people depressed. If it's gonna end, surprise us with the ending. You know?
I mean, y'all already know what kind of manga I've been reading. I have not kept up with Haikyu.
To be fair, I would say to jump into Haikyu now, because especially all of the games that take place in the Nationals, holy fucking shit. Those are nail biters. Like, I don't know how Furudate does it, but he manages to make it so fucking intense and interesting. I'm going to be going back and rereading a lot of the chapters just to kind of go through all the game. Like, it was pure fucking torture having to wait week to week to read these, but they were so goddamn good. The frames were set up well. Like, the art is amazing for Haikyu. Go check it out.
I'm not discounting that. I'm just saying I don't do the sports ball in any capacity.
Do it for this. Do it for this.
I don't like it's not even that, like sports anime. I don't discount that it's good. Like I've read manga, I've watched anime. I just can't. It just doesn't interest me.
Do it, fucking do it.
I've tried.
It's Haikyu. It's Haikyu. Get into it.
I've read Haikyu. It's just not working for me.
So fucking good. How dare you, Walker?
I mean, I read romance manga, but I'm not going to convince any of you to read those.
I read romance manga.
Oh man,
I read a little bit of everything. Fel, what are your thoughts on this, then, sir?
I'm interested. I do like sports anime. I just have been busy watching other stuff, and more focused on that, especially with.
Get that sin out of here, Lone Courier. Vampire Knight. How dare you?
See,
Phil, stop haunting the moon. What?
Stop haunting the moon.
Okay,
Why
first
am
off,
I
Yoshimi, no, I'm not going to be playing Destiny or streaming Destiny probably at all this week because I've got so much shit to do to just prepare for AWA or just get episodes up, get the website together, all that stuff going on. So probably not. It's not on my high list of priorities at the moment. There's a lot of other shit that has to happen. Sorry.
Like, real talk, yes, real Spider Phantom. Vampires, yes. Vampire Knight, no. Rosario plus Vampire, I recommend reading the manga. Watch the anime if you want to laugh. That's just my thoughts.
Okay.
Speaking of a manga, I need to read now that Manga Rocks is gone. I it's been hard to find.
Buy books.
I wish.
So
I'm not one to talk. If I actually bought manga books, I would have the entirety of Demon Slayer on my wall right now.
Thoughts on this?
Thoughts on Haikyu or
on this on like how this particular chapter ended, because it is pretty ballsy.
It's a definite cliffhanger.
It really is, because it's gonna be weird. If you want to hear me out, I would be upset if he makes it a flashback thing.
Yes, I would too. Well, depending on how he does it.
No. If he does this and then it's all flashbacks.
Right. That would bother me. Flashbacks are good depending on how you use them. But at the same time, the unifying force of this series wasn't Hinata. It was everyone that was in it. Like, they were a team. And you got to know each of these individual people. Like, we even got to know a lot of the second years who were going to be taking over after, the third years had left. And so we'd spent all of this time getting like acquainted with so many characters, and people had their favorites, man. It's just how it was. And there were such interesting and unique and diversified characters. And now I think my biggest issue with this is like if we're doing a story and we're just following Hinata, well, fuck that. What happened to everybody else?
Oh, agree.
Yeah, that's like my biggest thing is like, I don't give a shit about this. This would be a great thing to see as the finale. It's like, show Hinata as an adult. And if you want to do the adult arc, let's do the adult arc, but give us a little bit of time to fucking process everything. They lost yesterday, and then they graduated in this, and then the third years graduated and left the school, and then the next thing I know is Hinata's an adult. Stop skipping me through time this quickly.
I'll have to agree.
My little bean is way too grown up.
All right. Is there anything...
Is there anything else? Yes, there's something else outside of Haikyu. But yes, there's something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what is it?
It's Food Wars, man.
I didn't get really into Food Wars, so
I don't care whether you got into Food Wars or not. This is not. No, you shut up, Rimuru. You don't get to tell me. No, you're not a good slime because you interrupted my show. If this is more, what the fuck is this notification? Oh, it's my mom telling me it's my older brother's birthday. I mean, so... Okay, so here's the thing. Guys, if you haven't checked it out, 315, 1, 2, and 3, also known as like the dessert arc or the actual ending of Food Wars, did finally end. And we saw Soma as an adult. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I will straight up say that the thing that happened, I like how this one ended because of what we learned. The reason Soma picked up a knife and joined in was just because of, like, he naturally wanted to make food for his mom. And then, spoilers here, guys, but his mom died shortly afterwards as he was young. And his father was going through like a bout of depression. And then, the whole them competing, he and his dad competing to see who could make better food thing, that started because they were using his mother as a taste tester. And she liked both of them. But of course, she liked Joichiro's more. And that just kind of became a thing that they kept doing in order to remember their mother. So Shokugekis actually mean a lot more to Soma than they do to everyone else, because it reminds of him his mother. Like the whole reason he got into it was because of his mom. So it's like, it was really cool shit to find out. And the way it was done in the final chapter, like, it was fucking heartbreaking as I'm going back and thinking on the old series and going, Jesus fucking Christ, the whole reason he does all the shit that he does and makes these good and terrible foods is down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's reconnected. There we go. Should be live again. Last chapter. And like legit, the interactions between Soma, Joichiro, and their mother, it's just, it's fucking phenomenal, guys. Like, for once, I felt like, because the last arc, it definitely felt like he was being rushed to finish it, and then we got the ending that are in this dessert thing. It definitely felt like we got the ending that he wanted to tell. So it felt like the mangaka finally got to tell the ending he wanted to, and the way that it related with his mother and everything, it was very heartwarming, and it kind of pulled on the heartstrings, and I was like, yeah, because Shokugeki, so because Food Wars had moments like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Food Wars definitely had some moments where there was like legit emotion at play with the audience, and this definitely kind of like, as I'm going back and rewatching the show, you know, because season 4 just started. As I'm going back from the beginning and rewatching the show and knowing this information, man, it really just freaking hit me, you know, really hard about how much this impacts everything from the beginning. So now that you know the end, going back and rewatching the beginning has a whole different feel to it now. It's like, oh shit, the reason he's like this is because, you know, it's kind of funny to think that Soma has his father's cooking skills and kind of a lot more of his mother's personality. That laid back, don't give a shit kind of thing, but like when he gets serious, oh, he's scary. That's definitely something I feel like he got from his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Those are the things I wanted to talk about. Sorry if I didn't get if you guys didn't get much of a chance to comment on it, but those were two big series this week that like had some serious WTF moments in them, and I felt like I wanted to share them. Even though Food Wars, technically the final chapter was a little while ago, I just got around to reading it because finding that chapter was really, really hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good chapter, though.
Have a good time planning for AWA. We will. I'm assuming you meant AWA, not Ava.
Because she's not here.
Yeah. Well, Eva had to actually show up.
Yeah.
I'm glad to listen. It's Richie's Richie's news. Yeah, I figured it was AWA. Anime Week in Atlanta. It's in all caps, by the way. But yeah, that's it. Any last minute thoughts from you guys on stuff that we covered in today's episode?
No, I think I've said my piece.
I think I'm good too.
Alrighty.
The only thing I can think of is go read Demon Slayer manga.
You're just gonna push that. You're just gonna push that on everyone.
Everyone needs to read it. It's good. I mean,
you'll be able to tell them. You'll be able to tell them next week when we actually do the Demon Slayer D&D campaign. Don't abuse your privilege on being on both Mondays. Stop it. There are other series out there.
Your anime tastes, Walker.
Yeah, stop peddling your cocaine on everyone, Walker. Did 179 come out? I don't know.
It's literally like,
all right.
Anytime I read it, I get inspired.
All right,
it's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us. We will see you, the Monday after AWA, if we can all manage it. I don't know. We'll see. But
I mean, the
essentially,
Monday after Awa, that's the Demon Slayer game, I think.
nope.
Yeah, because that's the 4th. Because today's the 14th, so the next anime and stuff would be the 28th. So then the 4th of November would be the next Demon Slayer one
Wait,
after the
hold on.
21st.
Yeah.
Oh well, okay. That we're definitely not going to be able to do. Okay.
Yeah, we're probably all gonna be way too tired.
Yeah. We're probably not going to be doing it on the 4th. So yeah, we'll see you guys on the 28th, right before Ava, and then God only knows how our schedule's going to be for November because it's going to be ridiculous. With holidays and all that shit. But yeah.
Oh, and to answer your question, Lone Career, no, it hasn't come out yet. It's not gonna be out for 6 days.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's it for us. I'm Richie Roberts. I am joined by Walkman EXE,
Yeah.
Phil the VA,
Hello.
and somewhere out there is an Eva. We just don't know where she is. Oh well.
Like ships passing in the night.
Sand passing through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Bye, everybody.
Bye.